Happy Tuesday, Henry County High School. This is today's Wildcat News. I'm Mr. Sagasser. Huge congratulations goes out to the girls soccer team on their 4-3 shootout victory over Shelby County last night. The ladies travel over to South Odom tonight to take on Simon Kitten in the semifinals of the 8th Regional Soccer Tournament. That game time is at 8 o'clock. Good luck, ladies. Also, Henry County High School is hosting the 31st District Volleyball Tournament this week. Your Lady Cats take on Owen County tonight, and that starts at 8. Girls, don't forget, if you're interested in trying out for basketball tryouts are Monday, October 26th, after school until 5:45. Please make sure you have an up-to-date sports physical with you if you plan to try out. Also, the boys basketball tryouts are Monday, October 26th, after school at 4 o'clock. Make sure, once again, you have an up-to-date physical on file. Students, just want to remind you once again to make sure that you are bringing your Chromebooks daily to school and make sure they are charged. That's all the news I have for today. We're going to swing it over to Mr. Robbins with Reppin' with Robbins.
Thank you, Mr. Sagasser. I want to follow up on what Mr. Sagasser was saying last night. I got an opportunity to be outside and watch the girls play. The girls, I want to give a shout out to you all. You know, it kind of goes along with my message today. We talked about yesterday about believing in yourself. This team, I think in history, have never won. I don't think these girls have ever won, at least for Henry County girls soccer, ever won a regional game. And believing in yourself. Last night, watching you go down 1-0, 2-1. Fight back to 2-2, get to overtime, just the shootouts you are having, the hard work, you know, the lightning strikes, you got to go take a break, come back out. I know I've been there before. It's kind of hard to go in, regroup, come back out and try to finish the game, especially when you have an opportunity right before that strike to score. And you kind of shook it off, you believed in yourself, you know. Going into what I'm going to talk about today just a little bit is that self-talk. You know, in those situations like that, a lot of times we get in struggles or things in our life where our mind plays big games on us. You know, and I've talked about this before, how your mind is probably your biggest obstacle, but that self-talk sinks in. There's nothing wrong when when you think about self-talk, people are talking to themselves. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, it's an internal mind, it's that critic that you constantly have in your mind to try to tell you different things, like you got two different people on your shoulders. You know, that self-talk, especially when it's negative, tries to push us off to the wrong side. When all else matters, that positive self-talk comes back and puts us in a position to win, like we did last night, whether it's with a game or with life. You know, push those thoughts. When we have negative thoughts in the morning, we get up, we don't want to get up, we don't want to go to school, we don't want to work.
I always like it when
the
students are rolled back by.
It gets in a position where it's like, okay, I can just crawl right back in bed. That'd be simple. But you've got to overcome those negative thoughts. You know, and back that up with believing in yourself, you all. Our students in Henry County, we as Henry County students and we as Henry County staff, the sky's the limit for this group. You know, and we see A's today, and we'll see B's tomorrow, and we've seen it with push-up challenges, is that you all never give up in certain situations. Some of you have never done push-ups, and to believe in yourself to get out and do, even if it's 2 or 3 of those push-ups and feel good about it, that's what it's all about. So I'm proud of the girls last night. They pushed through. They overcame that negative self-talk. When they went down, they came together as a team. They came out with a win, so congrats, we're proud of you. Our push-ups today are going to go this way. So yesterday we had Miss Bergen that was challenged. So last night she gave her husband videoed her last night, which, hey, those are pretty impressive push-ups right there, Miss Bergen. So I'm pretty impressed with that. Her shout-out, or at least her challenge today, goes from those push-ups to Miss Adams. So Miss Adams, that challenge goes to you from Miss Bergen, 20 push-ups to Miss Adams. There's also a video on here of, and I'm not going to show it, but Miss Bergen also had her kid doing them, her little boy, which is pretty impressive too. So the Bergens were knocking it out. Next, to go along with that, yesterday we had Sophie Harrod that was challenged by Mia Hall and Emma Morgan in that group. So it looks like Sophie, if I can pull it up real quick. Might take me a second. There's Sophie getting ready to do her push-ups. Mask and all. Pretty impressive, Sophie. Hey, pretty impressive right there. So the shout out goes to Sophie on that. Sophie is going to challenge Keegan Kurtz. Keegan Kurtz, that big challenge goes out to you. So, Sophie, nice job. Again, believing in ourselves, doing push-ups. Keegan, that goes out to you. Our next one was Jared Herbert. Jared was also challenged by the girls. And it looks like, if I can pull it back up here in a second, I know it takes me a minute to get these things done. Jared had his push-ups, pretty impressive. Jared, on your push-ups, hey, and it keeps going around and around you all. That's what's so cool about this, is that, you know, those challenges are going out there and you are following through with your end up doing your push-ups and challenging other people, and it's like a ripple effect. There's just positivity. So I'm proud of you all. Jared, get this, Jared sends a challenge out to Mr. Jackson Fisher and Trevor Harden. And, you know, actually I was there yesterday when that call out was with Jared, and there's a little giggle, so I guess you two are now on the podium. All right, so you all owe 20 push-ups to Mr. Herbert. So that's awesome. Before I do mine, and I'm not going to challenge anybody today because I have two that's kind of still hanging out there, Landon Bullock and Trenton Hardy. Where are those push-ups at, man? You know, that was a couple weeks ago. So let's see those videos so we can challenge somebody else. So I'm going to do mine now. There's my 20. Remember, believe in yourself. All right, no negative self-talk. Back to you, Mr. Sykes.
Looks like we got some new challenges today, folks, so you've been challenged. Our next segment is with Mr. Sutley. Sutley Circle.
All right, thanks, Sagster. You know, listening to that last segment, it just strikes me a little bit funny when Robin says giggle. So that was my takeaway from that. Also, Hardy, Bullock, what's going on with you all? Let's get it together. All right, so students, we got a lot of stuff going on. You guys are getting back into the swing of things. Now is a great time to be prepping for the ACT. So freshmen, sophomores, juniors, seniors, all of you should be thinking about taking the ACT again, evaluating whether or not that's the right decision for you. Freshman and sophomore, I think it's great to take it once before you get into your junior year at least. That way you see what it's about. You get a feel for the test. Juniors, you can be taking it, get that score up, get ready for the state test. And then seniors, you know, you want to get more scholarship money, taking the ACT again, getting higher scores, a better way to do that. So how do we get a higher score? Well, there are lots of resources out there. There's books that you can do. There's stuff on the web that you can do. One resource that's free that's offered by ACT is called ACT Academy. So it's an online prep using ACT's knowledge base to develop this software and experience for you to prep for the test. If you've taken the test before, it will actually take your scores and put those into the academy, and it will show you the things that you need to work on, the areas that you need to focus on in order to increase your score. So I am happy to help you get set up with ACT Academy. If you have a score, we can put that information in there, get you going to help prep you. If you don't have a score, it's still a valuable tool to help prep. So now is the time to be signing up for the next test, which is in December. So if you need help with that, I'm also here and available to do that with you. We can do that virtually, we can do that in person. Either way works for us. So October tests are happening again this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. There'll be a test being administered. Too late to sign up for that, but the next test you can sign up for is in December. So now's a perfect time to sign up for that and start prepping for that. So Agasser, no more giggling. Back to you.
Thank you, Mr. Sutley. I do like to giggle, so maybe I'm on board with that. Who knows? Well, that concludes our news for today. So for Mr. Robbins, Mr. Sutley, Cam the intern, JTB, I'm Mr. Sagasser.